What's up, guys? I have Luke here on the show today. And Luke, how old are you?
21.
So Luke's 21. This year is Luke's first year. So Luke, you can give him a little background. So you were truck driving before you jumped into sales, correct?
Yeah.
How long were you driving?
I think like a year and a half.
Okay.
Year and a half of
you do super extra overtime?
Yeah,
Pull in more cash?
They'd have to lie about because the Department of Transportation only allows you so many hours. And that it was at if I worked 59 or if I hit 60, the company would get in trouble.
Okay.
If I hit so many in a consecutive row, I had to have 24 hours off, and then a different consecutive, I had to have 48 hours off, and they would just switch my hours and say that I was working in a different department for the last hour so that I could get over.
Because you can do, if I remember right, you can do work outside of driving to do 60, 70, 80 hours in a week, right? You just can't be driving more than 60 hours.
Yeah. So, yeah. And if I worked so many hours in a different department and then went to driving, that would be a red flag too. So they'd always say the beginning or my first start of all my hours were driving. And then the last part, they would say, oh yeah, he just switched departments for the rest of the week.
That's funny, dude. That's so awesome.
They let me get away with it.
How many times do you think you went over on hours?
Literally every week. I had it down. I'm not even kidding. I had this down to a science where I would do the calculations on my breaks. I would do the calculations where
so many driven.
Yeah, because a minute, there's only 60 minutes. So I would do the translation because when they do hours, they'll do 4.5. Well, that's 4 hours and 30 minutes. But I would literally have it down to the calculation. Just okay, I have to clock out at this time and then clock back in right away. It was a whole fiasco.
That is so funny, dude. So what I get and what I like to hear from people is what's the driving factor behind that? There's in this leadership group that I'm a part of, there's a lot of people talk about high achievers and what creates a high achiever. There's usually either a moment in your life or you feel like you're kind of just born with this desire. You feel like you were born for more. And so you have this inner ambition that just makes you want to do things. And if I remember right, no one in your family does any kind of sales. No one's investing in real estate. Do you have friends before you started selling? Did you have any friends that would invest in real estate?
No,
just people that you'd see. So how did you hear about real estate investing? And also, I don't know, just what was the driving factor for you to just want to work more hours? Why do you feel like you yourself were just so ambitious that you're willing to exchange more of your time for money? I
don't know. I just always was like that since being little. I used to do some funny shit. Those duct tape wallets?
Yeah.
I would make those and try to sell them door to door in my neighborhood.
Oh, door to door.
Yeah. So I did some funny shit when I was a kid.
I think I remember you telling me that you would do something like that, but I didn't know that you went door to door. How'd you do? How old did you do selling door to door?
Well, I would just make a bunch of wallets and then go sell them, and then I'd run out and then I'd go try to make some more, just in the summer.
How quick would you sell them?
I mean, 3 a week.
3 a week.
So if I made a shit ton, I'd get all those gone before a week.
Okay. How many would you make? How many would you make?
10, 20.
What was your profit on that?
That I don't even know. A lot.
How much would you make per wallet?
Yeah, I don't even know. Because you buy the duct tape and rolls.
Do you know what you would sell it for?
Anywhere from $5 to $10.
Just depending on the house?
No, just the colors or who I was selling to. I don't know. I've always liked to wheel and deal and stuff like that. One time in high school, these girls brought in these little pies.
Like Girl Scout pies or what?
No, just tiny pies from Walmart. I think she just had extra ones from a presentation. And I remember she had 3 of them. And I was like, dude, you could go sell each one for $1 easily. And she's like, well, I don't want them. Do you want them? I was like, yeah. So I think I bought 3 of those from her for 50 cents a piece and then sold all 3 of them before the end of the day for $1.
Like, why would you think like that?
I don't know. I just think I've always, even when I was little, I was like, I'm going to be rich. Like, no matter what, like, I'm going to be rich.
What was attractive about being rich?
Freedom. But yeah, I was always like telling myself, like, I will be rich. And I think it like manifested a little bit.
Yeah.
But I'm talking like when I was like 4, I was like, I'm going to be rich.
That is crazy. Dude, I see that a lot in Cohen, my 5-year-old. But he's around me and Christy talking about money and real estate and just whatever every single day. Like I'll be having a conversation with whoever on the phone, and like he'll be like intently listening. like even today he's just like, Dad, let's go make money. Let's go make money. So I take him over to the store, and he took his money, bought hot chocolate. So this is all his idea. So he bought hot chocolate, bought like all the big canisters, spent about $15-16 on hot chocolate cups and like the little straws so that people don't get like burn their tongue. And we calculated it out based on the amount of cups that he can sell and what he can sell them for. That $16 will make him $192. Freaking gangster, dude. That's a sweet return.
Hell yeah.
But that's cool. Yeah, it's funny. Like we're teaching Cohen about real estate. He like really actually gets it as a 5-year-old, like really gets it. He doesn't understand appreciation or taxes or anything like that, but he understands the cash flow side. Yeah. So, okay, dude. So driving trucks, and then do you feel like it was a big deal for you to get into sales? Big shift from what you had been like sales full time versus just wheeling and dealing and driving trucks?
Work wise, yeah. But I think like just with me always looking for like that next fix, I just figured like, so yeah, I was with Diego and I was like, dude, if I can make 10 grand a month, like I'll do it. And then he shows me something and he's like, honestly, like I'm not too happy about this month. And it was 30 grand. And I was like, okay, I'm coming. and because I worked so hard at driving, I was like, I can always go back. Like I already know I can always go back.
Right. So there wasn't a lot of risk for you in that.
Not at all. And I figured like, what's the worst that happens? I'm not going to be kidnapped in Florida.
Yeah.
Like if I don't like it, I'll just leave, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
dude, a lot of people think about stuff like big changes in their life though as like huge risk. So you feel like you just had a lot of value. So even if like it didn't work out and you just couldn't hack it, you just go to the next thing.
Yeah. And even if they wouldn't let me go back to driving again, like, okay, I now have driving experience. I can go somewhere else. I can do multiple different things. Like I don't know. Like I just bet on myself.
Yeah. So this year, 2023 or 2022 is your first like full year of selling. As of right now, you've been paid over 150 grand. Do you know how much money you have left in your pipeline to be paid out?
Yeah, like 20 grand.
20 grand. So you'll probably end around 175.
Yeah.
So also before you went out to sell.
That's pretty bad too, by the way.
It's true. Why? So
we had a shitty year.
What? I'll ask you about 2023 and your goals later, but so really quick, why did you choose to sell? Was it just Diego showing you money? It was just the flashiness, just the money, your potential. And then what did you want to do with that money?
Well, so like I always like read books and shit.
What kind of books?
Real estate books, investing books, like just business books. So then Diego, when I hopped on the recruiting call that I thought was an interview, so I'm like selling myself and he's like trying to sell me. He just randomly asked me if I had a LLC set up. Yeah. And I was like, dude, this kid's in his 20s. He shouldn't even know what the fuck that is. Like, what the hell? So, and then it was just like, he was talking about investing, this and that. And before,
because you already had a property, right?
Yeah. So I just closed out. I literally closed that one like a month before I came out. And it was funny because everyone from my hometown was like, oh, like what the hell is this kid doing? He just buys a property and then like up and leaves.
Yeah. Just no concept of of rental properties, no concept of real estate investing.
Yeah. So I literally, my first goal, I was like, dude, I'm going to go work the summer, make a quick 30 grand, come back and buy a second house and go back to
A quick
driving.
30 grand.
Quick 30 grand.
Okay.
And then
you wanted 30 grand, go back to driving.
Yeah. I was like, that's a second house. I would have been 20. So I was like, shit, like, why not? And then I went out there and because I never did it before. And I was already used to working these stupid hours driving. I was like, well, dude, I'll just work that many, like knocking doors. And like, if I suck at it, I'll figure it out. And then I figured it out. And then I said, fuck this. Why would anyone ever go back?
So why?
Whatever.
So you start out with one property and then right now, and can you kind of break down this property right now? So,
Which one?
So before you break down the first one, how much money do you need to save up every time to buy a property, and why do you buy properties? Like, why is real estate your investment strategy?
I think so. I read this book called The Only Investment Guide You'll Ever Need, that Mark Cuban recommended, and it literally goes over every type of investment, like everything to get a return. Like I'm talking, go buy 6 years worth of toothpaste and you're saving money. Like it was like every single commodities, gold, silver, timber, oil, like everything.
Wow.
And it went over all the tax benefits and like everything of that. And I was like, well, dude, like real estate just makes the most sense. Like you can go buy a stock. It doesn't pay you every month.
Right.
And yeah, it might go up, 2%, but on a house, you can go put 20% down and 100% of it's going up 2%, not just your equity.
Yeah. So you're not just how much you put down.
Yeah. So you're getting just leverage, appreciation, depreciation, and then the cash flow every single month.
Yeah. That's sick.
And not every quarter or never or whatever.
Okay. So your plan and your strategy, kind of break this down for me. So you just want to make as much money as possible, take that money and put it in real estate.
Yeah. But monthly.
What for the monthly cash flow?
Yeah. So my strategy is a little different. I don't give a fuck about appreciation or anything. I don't even care if I lose money as long as it's still paying me the same every month.
Lose money meaning buy it at 100 grand, it goes down to 80 grand in value. Because right now you're buying in Michigan, you're buying you're in your hometown. More people are moving out than are moving in. So appreciation can occur with inflation, but it's not going to happen because it's net positive migration, right?
Yeah. Unless you add value.
Right. Yeah. Through renovations. Okay. So straight cash flow. You get the tax benefits from it, and you're a 1099 contractor, so you definitely need that. So this year you'll pull in 170 grand. This is your first full year in sales, 170 grand. What's changed with real estate? So your first property that you purchased before, how much are you making, or how much are you making on that?
My payment just went up because of freaking taxes and insurance. It's like $250 a month.
Okay. So that one's fairly low cash flow. What was it before?
350.
350. How much you put down on that one?
11
grand. 11 grand to make 350, now 250. Are you going to try to up the rents on it?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you think you can get them to?
Right now it's at 825. I think realistically you could get it 850, 875.
Okay. So pull in another maybe like $50. So get up to like $300. Okay. And then you also have had
I don't self-manage either.
Okay. So you would have more cash flow if you didn't have a property management group. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
but then it's not passive.
Okay. So you've acquired a few more properties this year. Walk us through those.
So one of them I got for 27 grand cash, and then I'm putting 15 to 20 into it.
Okay.
I'll be all in it for 42,500 if I stop at 15, and then it'll be worth like 80 to 90. And I want to, kind of like a burst strategy, I want to pull cash out, but I don't want to owe a bank because they're ruthless. And like, I just would rather not have a payment every single month. So I'm actually selling it to a girl we work with. I'm selling half of it
Who are you selling it to?
Lindsay.
Lindsay, okay.
At a 70
for like 80 to 90 grand?
At a 70,000 valuation.
Oh, sick. Okay.
So then I'll pull 35 grand out, but then I'll lose half the cash flow, which I'm okay with, because in the if you have 2 vacant months or whatever, I don't have a payment. I just
right.
Yeah.
But so 35 grand. So remind me, how much did you say you put down or bought it for?
It'll be like 42,500.
Okay, so you're only like 7 grand actually into this after all said and done. That is sick.
It might be. It'll probably be a little more, just because I think I'm going to do a little more to it.
What do you think you guys will be able to rent it for?
$1050.
$1050. Okay. And so 80K or 70K. So Lindsay's going to pull out the loan. Is that how it's going to work?
No, she's just going to buy in. Yeah.
Oh, she's buying in. Got it. Okay. I got you. So you're just going to take the money that she's given you, and then she owns then part of that property. You're just selling equity because you own everything.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay. So sweet. So you have no payments, nothing. You're let's say 8-9 grand into it. So 9,000, 1050, right?
Yeah.
Is that with taxes? Is that cash flow, or is that not including taxes, insurance, anything?
That's gross.
Okay. What do you think that will be?
800.
800. Wow. So you're almost going to make every single dollar back in your first year.
One.
That is freaking sick, dude. That is sick. Okay. I love that. So that's your first one. Wow. So you'll probably make every dollar back for sure, at least within the first 18 months. That is so dope. That'll be a sweet one. So you and Lindsay, actually no, because it'll be $800, but you and Lindsay are splitting at 800. Okay.
Yeah.
So $400. So it'll be like a 50% cash on cash return. Okay. So you'll make all your money back in 2 years, which is still unbelievable. That's fantastic. Okay. So that's your second one. What's your third property?
So this one's actually pretty cool. I'm just flipping it, but I got it on a land contract.
And explain a land contract.
Basically I own the property, but it's just like seller financed. Like I get to do whatever the fuck I want to it. But then they hold like a lien against the property, and I can default with them just like you would like a normal mortgage. And
then they take it back.
Yeah.
If you do. Okay.
Yep. But I get the right to sell it, renovate it, do whatever I want. So that one, I got it for 62,500. They only wanted what?
I was just asking how much you put down.
10 grand down, which I borrowed from another guy we work with, and I told him I guarantee. Yeah, I told him I guarantee him 20% interest within 6 months. And then what's cool about that one is they wanted 10 grand down, 10% interest rate, and then balloon in like 5 years, I think it was. Well, my plan is to sell it and flip it within 6 months. So I negotiated 10 grand down, but 6 months, no payments, and balloon in 3 years. And they said no. But their goal was they just wanted to kick the ball into next year for their taxes. I was like, okay, so if that's what they want, then like, let's just help them do that. But I still want to get what I want. So I told them 10 grand down, 6 months, no payments, 15% interest once the payments start. So they're getting 5% more interest, and then balloon in 2 years.
Wow. Nice. They're going from 3 to 2 years. So 3 to 2 years plus an extra 5% interest.
Yes. But I have 6 months, no payments. I'm going to flip it within 6 months.
Wow.
So,
dude.
So interest rate doesn't matter. Balloon payment doesn't matter. So.
And what do you foresee in this one?
Sell for 115.
Okay. So 62 grand to 115.
Yeah.
Right. Is that what you said it was?
Yep. And then I'm labor with the contractor. I'm just splitting profits 50-50.
Wow.
So
that is sick. And then the 20% that you're paying Jake Clark back is coming from your share of the 50-50. So you'll get, man. So if you actually sell it for, let's say,
I should net profit 13 grand, and all the only money that came out of my pocket was 5 grand in materials.
Okay.
So after the split with the contractor, I should net about 12, 13.
So you're paying you said $5,000
in materials max. Yeah.
But so $5,000 in materials, plus you're paying that 20% to Jay Clark, guaranteed. And then the rest of that 50% profit is yours.
Yep.
That is freaking sick. And then you just went under contract on another property, correct?
No. Well, I was. It was $30,000. And the tenants are renting it right now for $850. So that was like a no-brainer. But the inspections were horrific. So
and that was a 5-unit?
No, that was a single family. Then after I got into a 5-unit, this is actually funny. I'll read you the text. My realtor
was this emailed it for you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Emailed it to me and said that they were looking for a land contract. So we put in an offer for a land contract. And it was like a 20% cash on cash with what we offered. And Evan texted me back, they will not consider our offer. Apparently they will absolutely not do land contract.
What?
So I said, ouch. And he said, LOL, just got my butt chewed for lowballing them. Apparently that makes them real mad.
Wasn't he saying that they wanted the land contract though?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, so I don't know. But
did they just not understand what that meant or something, or what?
I don't know.
Just change their mind?
But that one, was not too far from a college town 5-unit.
That's sick, dude. That would have been sick. So is that still on the table to pick that one up or no?
Yeah, but I won't do it. I would rather just do a land contract. Because I didn't even do inspections yet. I'm waiting. I want to wait. I'm not going to apply for another mortgage until I file my second year taxes this year.
I love how intentional you are with everything. Like you're just doing your own thing. I love how you're just kind of spearheading everything and you're being a lot more aggressive than a lot of the other people around you. What do you foresee yourself doing in the next like 4 or 5 years? So just like intentional living, like what does your life look like in 4 or 5 years?
Well, dude, I just got on this program with this Maddie Moore. I don't know if you can tell, but we're about to be Jack. We're about to be the setter captain of the year next year. Mark my words. So I'm trying to recruit a bunch of setters. Shit, with the new pay structure. If you'd rather spend an hour in a deal making 50%, when you could in that same hour you could go set three appointments and make 50% on 3. So yeah, why would you not set? It's way better time or money for your time.
Yeah.
But
so you're gonna set, how much do you anticipate on making this next year?
300.
Okay. So you're non-negotiable, not even a goal. It's what you're going to make, $300,000 this next year.
Yep.
How much are you going to allocate to real estate and how much do you desire to make in cash flow from that? However much you're allotting. Because right now, how much do you make per month right now in cash flow?
Just the passive income at? Just that 250.
Oh, right. Because that second unit that you have right now isn't
the renovations took a little longer than expected.
Okay. When do you plan on that one being done?
It's October at the end of November. So they're just getting kitchen cabinets in there. And there's 2 ceilings that had to be done. And then just refinish the floors.
Fire. Okay. Cool. And then that one will be an extra 400. So you'd be at about 650. And then you'll be able to raise rents on your other one, be at $700 a month.
Yeah. Flip the one, take those profits. By the time I take those profits, I'll just put that down on another one. Okay. These little $60,000 properties that pay 800 is pretty crazy.
Incredible. Because you only need 20% down, or you do a land contract and negotiate something else.
Yeah. I actually like that. I think I'm going to start putting in some more land contract offers.
Creative financing is incredible. Okay. So you have that. And then next year, what's your financial goal? So you have your income goal. What's your financial goal?
The same, 300.
But
or do you mean like cash flow? Here, I'll pull it up.
Cash flow. Yeah.
I have 2024. Okay. 2024 on net cash flow, 2,400.
Okay. By January.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's say it's $300 to $400 per property. Are you going to try to Section 8 anything?
Yeah. I think I'm just I got a list of Section 8s that Evan sent me.
Oh, is it the same guy that was trying to sell his whole portfolio?
Are you talking about Matt?
I think so.
He just, a list of Section 8 properties. The one that really caught my eye was 30 grand, rents for 580. The nice part is like Section 8 allows for you to up rent.
Yeah, every year. Okay, well, cool. So $2,400 by 2024.
Which is 28,836 a year.
Okay.
And I'll be 23.
Okay, 23. And then the following year, what's your goal?
2025 to add 2 more properties. Net cash flow, $3,077.25 a month, 36 grand a year.
That's cool, dude. I feel like you can do way more than that with your income.
Yeah.
And that's if you're buying a bunch of properties cash.
But
if you are, you should be cash flowing way more than that too.
Yeah.
Especially
I don't know what I did these based on, but I did them. I always lowball everything.
Yeah. No, I love that. Okay. And then cool. So, and then the other question that I have, so what about like investing in yourself, right? Because you're talking about recruiting a lot of people. Jeff Mendez, he's a guy I look up to. He like built Vivint. He has this saying. So Jeff Mendez says, write the story of the day at the beginning of the day, not at the end of the day. You've written the story. He relates it to like construction or real estate. He says, like we were in this building when he gave this speech the other day, and he was like, how many times is this building built? And a couple people were like, what, one time, I think, like it's a brand new building. And he was like, no, it's been built at least 2 times. First in the blueprints, right? You can say a third time in your mind, right? So the idea, the blueprints, and then actually physically being built. And maybe blueprints were done multiple times, so it could be more than that. So it sounds like you've really put together like the financial side. What about the personal side, like the individual growth side to like grow yourself as a leader, or grow yourself on the sales side? Jeff also was saying something just to tie up this question. There's 5 levels in a leader. And if you're level 1, which is just like the position, people follow you because of your title, which is like the lowest level leader. You can recruit only level 1s, right? You can maybe get a level 2 or 3 or 4 in the building, but you're not recruiting that guy, right? Whereas if you're a level 2, you can do a level 1 or level 2. To be a level 3, you could recruit levels 1, 2, and 3. Levels 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And level 5, you can recruit all of them. So for you personally, like what's your like personal development strategy for yourself as far as leadership and sales?
So I was in leadership like this last year, and I'm not anymore. And I think the biggest thing that I've learned is you don't have to be in leadership to be a leader at all. Like as long as you are producing, people will follow you, whether you have the title or not. And it doesn't matter because they're still going to ask you questions. They're still going to, in a sense, follow you completely without the title as long as you produce.
Right.
But yeah, I read a chapter every day.
Cool. What do you read right now?
Lesson I learned the hard way, so you don't have to.
Oh, that's sick. Cool. What do you read? What do you read next?
Probably the 7 Habits.
Cool. Right on. Have you read that before?
I've not.
Freaking dive.
I've read a lot of books I've read. I don't think many people like know about.
Like what?
Rework.
I haven't read that. That
one, it's basically says like everything you thought you know about business, like crumble it up, throw it away. Like you don't need half the shit you think you need.
Is that the one you were telling me about?
Yeah.
Like last week?
Yeah, that was a really good book.
Yeah, I got that one.
Yeah.
Right here. I have a really strong belief that most people go throughout life as kind of zombies. They're not actually happy with their life. They're not happy with their choices. They would like more, but either aren't willing to do the work or maybe just like don't understand what the work is, or they have fear. And fear is just like something interesting where it holds a lot of people back, and maybe it's society that like kind of makes people a little bit more fearful than they need to be. Do you believe that the Matrix is real?
Yeah, I think if you're afraid, I think if you're afraid and you let it hold you back, you're straight. If you are fearful of something, you should want to be so scared that you take action on it.
what have you seen? What have you seen in other people or sometimes yourself that holds people back? Like, because one of a really good leadership attribute is when someone can look at people not for who they are, but who they can be, right? What their potential is. Do you feel like you see that in people a lot, like what their potential is, and they don't actually go after it, maybe because of fear or lack of understanding or maybe laziness?
I'd say most of my like hometown friends are all like that. Or they just have. What do
you think that is?
Like they have a scarcity mindset, like super bad. Like they get a little and they're like super afraid to lose it. Like maybe they don't have enough confidence in themselves to get it back again. Or I'd say like most of my hometown friends like have so much potential. They're afraid to do something that they think is huge, but it's really not.
Yeah, something not very common.
Yeah,
or it's not like the average.
Yeah, or they overcomplicate things. Like, oh, I can't do that. It's so complex. Nothing's complex. It's simple. Like, oh, dude, that
isn't that what rework talks about?
Yeah, literally. Like nothing is complex at all. Oh, dude, how do you know how to buy houses? It's not fucking rocket science. I hit up a couple people and asked them questions. Who sells houses? Realtors. Okay, so hit up a realtor. Hey, I want to buy a house. I've never done this before. Can you help?
Yeah.
They're going to be horny as shit to get a lead, and they're going to want to help you. As long as you put like your own time in on your own and know what you're looking for, then like it's not hard. Nothing's hard.
Yeah. Yeah. I was on this Zoom call and there was a guy asking another dude, really successful business owner. And he was like, dude, how do I get like a really awesome guy, maybe that I look up to like mentor me? Like, I feel like I'd be like such a waste of time for that guy to spend waste his time on like answering questions from me. And his answer was interesting, but I want to know what your thoughts are. Like, do you think that successful people don't want to help others? Or have you found in your experience that successful people want to help more, or do they want to help less?
I think successful people are, like people say like successful people are greedy and all they care about is money. Like my mom says this shit to me. All you do is talk about money. And I'm like, well, no shit. Like, why would you not? Like it's selfish to the people around you if you're not trying to like become better. I don't think I told you this, but I texted my old baseball coach a couple weeks ago and asked him what, like, if they're taking donations. And he's like, yeah, I'm trying to get a new scoreboard. I said, well, how much is it? He said, 17 grand. I said, all right, you're getting a new scoreboard. And he was like freaking out. Way. He was freaking out and shit. So like, dude, that is sick. For people to say that rich people are like greedy or like people that have success are greedy, it's completely the opposite. Because I would say most people who want money, the reason they want it is to give it away. Yeah. Bro, and that's when people say money can't buy happiness. That is complete bullshit. You know how happy it feels to go bring off your old baseball coach a $17,000 check?
That is gangster, dude. That is so sick. Good for freaking you, dude. That is so tight. That is so tight. I would say they want to help. They're more willing to help than people who aren't successful. Do you feel like that's because they like see the ambition and they want to help them get to where they aspire to be? Well, yeah. I mean, chances are they're successful because they can see what did you just say earlier? They can see the potential of other people. Yeah. So not for who they are, but what they can be. Well, okay, dude, do you have any closing remarks or anything that, I guess, any advice? So like anyone that's maybe made the jump and is jumping into sales and entrepreneurship and investing, like what's something that you would tell someone maybe that has been in a similar situation to you where they don't know a whole lot about it and they're just getting into it, haven't done a ton of research, or maybe kind of lost, maybe fearful? What's some advice that you'd give to them? Just go as hard as you can for the first 3 months. If you go 3 months and you go as hard as you can, you will make money and you will be successful. But if you don't and you half-ass it,
then you're going to go back to wherever you're from and you're going to say, oh, like it wasn't for me or this or that, 10 other excuses.
Yeah. Blame it on those that were out there.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. Oh, like I had bad leaders. I had bad, whatever, bad this. But at the end of the day, like how much research did you do on your own? How much like sales training did you try to get on your own? You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
Well, sick, dude. Awesome. Luke, thanks for jumping on, man.
Bet on yourself.
Bet on yourself. What do you mean by that?
Literally that. Just bet on yourself. Like
just believe in yourself, bet on yourself, compete.
Yeah.
Cool. Freaking love that, dude. Okay. Well, awesome, Luke. Thanks for jumping on, man.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.